Hi, Timea here with SiteUp's April product updates. We have a lot to cover this month, so let's jump right in. First, we made several exciting improvements to the placeholder feature. Managers can now scan the entire library for any content within square brackets. This makes it faster and easier to identify and convert relevant content into placeholders, streamlining the process of linking placeholders to slides. Let's take a look. To scan your library for potential placeholders, go to Manage Assets and click on the Placeholders tab. Here you'll find the Scan for Content within square brackets in Library button. Click on it and the platform will start scanning all your slides for potential placeholders. The platform will check for two things. First, existing identifiers that are already in your library but not yet linked to the specific slides, and second, new potential placeholders, meaning identifiers that don't exist in your library yet. If it is an existing identifier, meaning it already exists in your library but isn't linked yet, just click the button next to the slide to link it. If it's a potential identifier, meaning it's brand new, click it and a window will pop up where you can create the placeholder right away. And that's it. End users are ready to use placeholders when customizing their presentations. We hope this update helps you save valuable time when managing placeholders. We've also made changes to the placeholder UI and UX. Now both personal placeholders and placeholders that repeat across slides are hidden by default, so end users only see the fields that need to be filled out. However, the new toggles allow users to see hidden placeholder fields whenever they need to edit them. We've also introduced other improvements, such as managers can now add prefixes and postfixes to the placeholders. They can also set character limits to control the amount of text users can enter. And finally, managers can now have the ability to mark placeholders as optional. When this option is enabled by an admin, end users can skip those placeholders if they are not needed. When opening a presentation with personal placeholders or repeating placeholders, users will only see the fields they need to fill out. Repeating placeholders that appear across multiple slides as well as pre-filled placeholders are hidden by default. This creates a cleaner view and minimizes distractions, allowing users to focus only on the fields they need to complete with the appropriate data. However, with the toggle button on the top, users can choose to show all placeholder fields. If toggled on, they'll be able to see the pre-filled placeholders, along with the repeating placeholders and thumbnails of all the slides where the placeholder appears. This is especially helpful if users want to edit the pre-filled placeholders or make changes to specific repeated placeholders. For example, if the placeholder is for an email or phone number and you want to customize it differently on each slide, you can easily do so. We've also introduced optional placeholders. This means users can now skip filling out certain fields and still download the presentation, perfect for cases where some data isn't always needed. Managers can also set prefixes and postfixes for placeholders to help guide users. These are automatically added before or after the input provided by the end user, making it clearer what kind of information is expected. For example, a currency symbol or a percentage sign will automatically appear together with the data the user fills in. To set them up, go to Manage View and click on the Placeholders tab. Select the relevant identifier and click on its cogwheel icon to go to its settings, then click Additional Settings. Here, you'll find the toggle to make placeholder input optional. Simply switch it on if you want users to be able to skip filling it out when it's not necessary. You can also set character limit for input fields. This is especially useful for things like reference numbers, phone numbers, or whenever you want to ensure that the text fits neatly on the slide without wrapping onto the next line. Additionally, you can add prefix or postfix text here. If you're adding any of them to the placeholder and you want a space between the prefix or postfix text and the user's input, make sure to manually insert a space after the prefix or before the postfix when setting it up. Please note, if a placeholder is optional and users leave the placeholder field empty, any prefix or postfix attached to it will also not appear in the final presentation. Next, managers can now apply pre-selected rules to presentation builder variable groups, enabling a more refined selection of slides within the slide group without the need to create new labels. With pre-selected rules, you can filter content within a specific variable slide group based on additional labels such as tags or categories. This ensures that only slides meeting both the group's labels and the applied rule are displayed, helping your team view only the most relevant slides when building presentations. In the last 9 months, we have introduced the presentation builder, rules, and now pre-selected rules. With rules, you can help your team filter for the slides they need within variable slide groups based on filters that managers set up, which gives end users a bit more flexibility. For example, in our case, we use rules in presentations for our client case slides. We created client case variable slide group and added rules based on industries so that our team can easily find the cases that best match the client situation. Pre-selected rules, on the other hand, act as an additional filter for your variable slide groups. They are set up by managers to have their teams only see the most relevant slide for a specific deck they are working on. This allows for a more refined selection of slides without needing to create new labels and lets you benefit from your already well-structured label system. For example, in our case, we have presentations for the platform, design service, and expert solutions, and we created a client cases variable group for each of them based on the case category. However, this setup means that all the slides labeled with the case category appear in the variable group. As a result, my sales team, when building platform introduction deck, would also see expert solutions and design service client cases, which can cause confusion. To avoid this, I use pre-selected rules to filter the cases based on the deck they are working on. It's important to know that each individual case already has additional labels, like subcategories such as platform or design service. So I use those to set up pre-selected rules. I can see that the case variable slide group consists of 10 slides at the moment, but let's add the pre-selected rule and see how it will affect it. Go to Rules tab and click the Create Rule button. First, I'll add a name for my pre-selected rule. To turn the rule into a pre-selected rule, just toggle on Define as pre-selected rule toggle, then choose the category or subcategory or tag that the slide you want to be visible for end users are labeled with. In this case, I'll select the platform subcategory. This way, only platform cases will show up when users get to the case tab in the presentation builder. And then I just choose the case variable group to apply the pre-selected rule to. Hit save and that's it. Now let's go back and see how the variable slide group looks like. I can see that the number of slides have decreased and now only the platform relevant slides are visible. Now let's see how it looks like for end users. Please note that you can combine pre-selected rules with regular rules in your variable slide groups. In this case, I will keep the industry rules applied to the variable group, helping my team quickly find the most relevant client cases by industry while still only showing the cases that are relevant to the platform. By adding these pre-selected rules, I can make sure that the correct content appears in the right presentation, keeping everything organized and focused for each team and deck. We've also introduced fixed slide sets. With fixed slide sets, managers can now group specific slides so they are always used together as a single unit. These slides will automatically stay linked and be inserted as a complete set whenever used. This feature is designed to preserve important messaging and structure across presentations, ensuring that key slides are never accidentally separated or left out. Slide sets are a new type of presentation designed for slides that are always meant to be used together, whether to maintain a clear narrative flow or to ensure key slides like disclaimers are never shown out of context. To create a slide set, upload slides you want to group as a presentation or select existing ones from your library. Then click the downward facing arrow and choose Create Presentation from Selected. Once that's done, go to the Edit Presentations view. Click the Select Presentation Type drop-down, choose the slide set, and update your presentation settings. Once that's done, your slides are now grouped as a single unit optimized for consistent use. By default, slide sets are presentation only, so end users won't see those slides individually in their search result only as part of the presentation. But if you want specific slides to remain available on their own, just select them and click Make Standalone. When browsing, end users will see the slide set as one complete unit and won't be able to insert or download individual slides. This ensures that group content stays consistent and is used exactly as intended. Lastly, we are excited to introduce ownership for individual assets. With this update, managers can now assign clear ownership to specific assets. This helps improve content management, makes it easier to track changes, and reduces confusion. Users with admin rights like managers and editors can now assign one or multiple owners to specific assets. This makes it easier to manage content, track changes, and ensure accountability across teams. To assign an owner to a specific asset, head to the Manage Assets view. You can assign ownership to any type of assets, slides, documents, images, or text snippets as well. Find the assets you want to update, click the cogwheel icon to open its settings, and scroll down to the Owned By section. Simply search for the admin you'd like to assign, click their name, and add as many owners as you see fit. Once you're done, click the Update button in the top right corner to save your changes. If you're the owner of an asset, you'll see a small gray label letting you know that you're responsible for it. If you're not the owner, the red warning will appear, reminding you to think carefully before making any updates or removing the asset. You can also assign ownership to multiple assets at once. In the Manage view, go to the Assets overview, such as Slides, select the relevant assets, and click Update. Scroll to the Owned By section and select the admin who should take ownership of those assets. Let's say you're responsible for all marketing and sales slides. You can use filters to quickly find assets with the relevant labels. Then click Select All, click Update, and assign yourself as the owner. You can also now filter assets by owners using the owner filter in the assets overview. In the end user view, it's easy to keep track of changes to any slides you own. Just head to the changes and click Owned by You tab. Here you see a full overview of any slides that have been updated or deleted and are owned by you. We hope these updates make your SlideHub experience even more efficient and streamlined. As always, if you have any questions or need assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to our team at success@slidehub.com. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to bringing you even more exciting features in the future.